Hello, happy Saturday, all of you. It is Ivy Rose here once again. It is a great honor to be coming back to have a conversation with you guys today. Today, like I said in my last video, this month is the month of June. I'm going to be doing things centered around relationships. So, what am I doing today? I am going to be talking about loneliness, because loneliness, I believe, it is something that is it affects every single one of us at some point in our lives. Some of us more than others, but I definitely know that it affects every single one of us. So, the question now is, why are we so lonely? And what do we do about loneliness? Why are you so lonely? What do you do about it? Many people struggle with the spirit of loneliness. I believe that loneliness is a spirit, actually. What do you believe? It is a state of mind. And if I think back to the Bible, in the book of Genesis, the story of Adam, or the creation story, Adam was created by God. He was alone in the garden, but he was not lonely. There is no mention of Adam being lonely in the garden. I'm sure he was busy worshiping God and naming plants and naming animals and tending to animals, tending to what God had put in the garden, that he had no time to be lonely. Eventually, God created Eve. But even after Eve was alone as well for some time with God before Adam woke up from God, woke Adam up from his sleep, from his deep sleep. But these two people, in their time of being alone, they were not lonely. So then, if we are lonely, what can we do about this loneliness? What can I do about the spirit of loneliness, such that I can make my life a lot better, so that I am not living in the flesh? And also, you would notice the times that you feel lonely are the times that you are living in the flesh. More often than not, when you are living in the spirit, you would find there's so much that is going on in your spirit that you have not got time to feel lonely anymore. So, I have got here a few things that you can do to eradicate the spirit of loneliness. I'm sorry. So, to break the spirit of loneliness, what do? The first thing is to nurture your fellowship with God. Nurture your relationship with God. Build your relationship with God. Spend time with God. Have conversations with God. Now, I grew up in a Protestant church, and prayers, or teaching me how to pray, teaching people how to pray, is something that is really, really important. How do you pray? Go into your prayer closet. Talk to God about how you are feeling. For example, hey there, God. I know that you are up there on high and you are listening to me every single time. But today I really did not feel like praying to you. I am struggling with these trust issues. I'm struggling with unforgiveness. Have a conversation with God. Talk to Him. He listens. So, if you have nurtured your fellowship with God, you will not have time to be lonely. Because in Psalm 16 verse 11 it says, in the presence of God there is the fullness of joy. And if you have got joy inside of you, the spirit of loneliness is not there. The spirit of loneliness cannot reside side by side with joy that resides inside of you. And of course, if you then start to think in the flesh and you have nurtured your fellowship with God, that is when this spirit of loneliness comes back. And because of that fellowship that you have nurtured with God, you can easily chase out that spirit of loneliness from you. The second thing is to focus on your vision. What is your vision? What is your life purpose? You need to have an understanding of what your life purpose is. Learn how to master yourself and be content with yourself. Do you appreciate yourself? Do you appreciate who you are in Christ Jesus? Do you love yourself enough to say that I am enough? Are you able to counsel that thought that comes to mind and says to you often that you are not enough? Are you able to challenge that thought? So you see, if you are busy on your vision, that means you are living in tune with your goals, with your life purpose. And if you're living your life purpose, you would be so busy thinking about what step you're going to take next. What plans do you need to put in place? That loneliness will not have a place. And even if it has a small place in your life, you will be able to talk to that loneliness and chase it out. The third thing is to fully engage in self-discovery. Do you know yourself? Now that is a question I've asked myself over the past 2 years a lot. Do I even know who I am? Do I know myself? You will have to manage your thoughts. There are thoughts that come to you that take you to places that you really don't want to go. But you need to learn to think about what you are thinking about. You need to actively listen to your thoughts. So you're listening to your thoughts not to be able to respond to them, but you're listening to them to be able to understand them and process them. Learn to be grateful in whatever season you find yourself in. If you are grateful in that season, if it's a season that brings you pain, you will see it as a learning curve, as a process that is meant to teach you something. If it is a season that brings you joy, you will celebrate it. So you see, both seasons of pain and seasons of joy have a role to play in your life. You have to bring every single one of your thoughts into captivity. If your thoughts are leading you down the path of thinking in the flesh, then you are going to start to feel lonely again. So you have to bring that thought into captivity. Why are you thinking that thought? Where is it leading me to? The fourth thing. Now, this is something that may sound very simple, but some people find it very difficult. Who are the people you surround yourself with when you are not alone? What is your circle like? What is your inner circle like? Who are your friends? Who are the people you commune with on a day-to-day basis? Make yourself to be around people who spur you up. Be around people who encourage you, who make you to laugh. Laughter is one of the things that is really, really key. You can even go as far as searching up things that are going to cheer you up. Be around people who cheer you up. There's comedy. Watch comedy. I love comedy. I love a good comedy. Watch comedy. Do not be too uptight. Because if you are too uptight, you will become an emotional liability to the people that you are around. And of course, when we talk about the people that you spend time with, that you're around, you will have to be intentional about the type of people that you let into your circle. That means you will need to ask yourself, is this person bringing me joy, or is this person bringing me pain? And it's all right to tell some people that in this season of my life, I am really sorry, I cannot have you in this season. Or it's all right to distance yourself from some people in certain seasons of your life. The last one, not the least. Live in servitude to others. There is joy in serving other people. Now, God has blessed so many of us, so many of you, with gifts and talents that other people are just sat there waiting to receive these amazing gifts and these amazing talents that you have got. Use them to serve other people. And instead of feeling lonely when you are alone, you will have that fulfillment that comes from serving another person. That fulfillment that comes from being a servant or of service to another person. That fulfillment that comes from putting a smile on someone else's face when they were having a really crappy day. So, when you are thinking that I am really lonely, first thing, nurture your fellowship with God. Second, focus on your vision. Focus on your goals. Focus on your life's purpose. Engage in discovering who you really are. And be intentional about the people that you let into your circle. And last but not least, be of service to others. Now, I hope you got something out of this video, and I hope that you can spend time with yourself and think about these things that I've talked about and many other things that you may come up with. I hope you have a blessed day and keep discovering who you are, because there's an amazing person inside of you. And there's someone on the other side waiting for that amazing person to emerge and put a smile on their face. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. I hope that you're getting something out of it. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you've come up with, how you are combating your loneliness, if at all you are lonely, or how a friend overcame their own loneliness. Have an amazing day. Ciao.